Greetings, math fans. All right, so this is day 3. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to kind of talk about two different things. The first thing we're going to talk about is the distributive property. Okay, again, you guys have seen this already. You've seen this all in Algebra 1, but, you know, it's a good review. Okay, so I'm really just going to kind of start out with an example here. If I have 3 parentheses x plus 7. If you guys remember, it's 3 times x and 3 times 7. So that's why they call it the distributive property, because you are distributing that 3 among all the terms in the parentheses. Okay, so that's all you have to do. You have to distribute that 3 among all those terms. So if I do that, it's 3 times x is 3x. And 3 times 7 is 21, plus 21. And that's it. That's your answer. What? That's it? Okay, that's not bad. All right, so let's try another example. Negative 5 parentheses 2x minus 3y. So once again, you're going to take the negative 5. You've got to be careful with your signs now. So you're going to distribute that to the positive 2x and to the negative 3y. So that's why you got to, again, always watch the sign. That negative belongs to the 3y. So it's negative 5 times 2x is negative 10x. And negative 5 times negative 3y. So it's almost like you ignore the y just for a second. You say negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15, and then y. So plus 15y. That's it. That's your answer. Okay? So it's pretty easy. One more example, and then we're going to get into like terms. So if I just have a negative in front here, 2x minus 3y, if you want, if it helps you, make that into, turn that into a negative 1. That's okay, because sometimes it just helps a little bit when you're distributing. And then when you do that, then you distribute negative 1 times 2x and negative 1 times negative 3y. So you get negative 2x plus 3y. Okay, negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. And that's your answer. Okay, that's not bad. All right, cool. So let's do our second topic here, and then we're going to combine both of them together. Okay, so this is like terms. All right, so you guys remember a like term, basically a lot of things have to be the same. So you need basically the same variables. I'm going to say variable or variables. So you can have one variable or you can have multiple variables. It has to be the same in order to add them together. Or just numbers. Right? If they're just numbers, you can combine them. It's like 2 plus 3, right? 5. Okay, so basically if I had, let me just do an example here. 2x plus 3x. The answer to this is equal to 5x. Those are like terms. They have the same variable. And also when I say the same variable, not that we're going to really do too much, but same variable and same, everything needs to be the same. Same exponents too. I know we're not going to get any problems with exponents yet. It's coming. Okay? So a lot of times what kids want to do here is they want to say do 2x plus 3x is 5x squared. They like to do that. And what's wrong with that is, think about this. If you've got 2 x's, so here's an x and here's an x, and this is what you have. And your buddy next to you has got 3 x's. So here's an x, here's an x, and here's an x. All right? And you're being just a nice person. You're like, hey, friend, I've got these 2 x's, and I want to give them to you because I see that you have a collection of x's, and you have 3. I would like to give them to you. So you hand those x's over to your buddy. So now your buddy, instead of having 3 x's, he has 2 more, so he has 5 x's. He has 5 x's, 5 x's. He doesn't have 5x squareds. There are no squareds here. If that, right, this is not an x squared, so don't give him, there are no x squareds to give, only x's. So don't do 5x squared, it is just 5x. Really, really important. So in another example, if I have 3xyz, and I give you 5 xyz's, then you're going to have 8 xyz's. Okay, but these have to be the same. if you have 3xy plus 5xz, you can't combine them. That's it. You're done. Okay, they have to be exactly the same in order to combine. Same variable, same exponent. Okay? It's like saying 2x plus 7. You can't combine them together because that is a variable and that's a constant that has no variable. If it was 2x plus 7x, now you can combine them to 9x. Okay? Very, very important. All right, so let's just a couple more examples. So I do 5x minus 3y plus 2x minus 8y. And I want to combine like terms. All right, so sometimes it helps just to kind of, maybe even circle what you want to combine. So I'm going to do that first. So 5x plus 2x is 7x. Okay, so I use those. And then negative 3y minus 8y. So again, you're looking at the numbers, negative 3 minus 8. I don't care how you do it in your calculator. If you know it's the same sign, you add them together and use the sign of the bigger number. So 3 plus 8 is 11. The sign of the bigger number is negative, right? This is the bigger number, is the 8 here. So it is minus 8, or minus 11, sorry, let me erase that. Minus 11y. Kind of change colors. I'll make it green now, so it looks pretty. Okay, so 7x minus 11y. All right, so let's do a couple more examples, because I think it's important to do these examples. 2x plus 7y minus 8z minus 8x plus 3z minus 1. All right, so there's a lot of stuff here, and you're combining your like terms. So let's look. Well, the 2x and the negative 8x. So that negative belongs to the 8x, so be careful about that. So you're basically saying 2 minus 8, and what's 2 minus 8? It's negative 6x. Okay, so that's done. And I have the negative 8z and the positive 3z. So negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. So it's negative 5z. So that's done. That's done. And what goes with the y? Nothing. So you just write it. Plus 7y. And what goes with this negative 1? Nothing. So minus 1. And there's your answer. Okay? So same thing if I had, let's do one more here. 2xy plus 3xz minus 4xy minus 8z. Okay, so again, look to see what's exactly the same. That's what you can combine together. So here I can combine this guy right here and this guy right here because they both have x's and y's. And 2xy, so basically it's 2 minus 4 is negative 2xy. So that's out of here. And that xz, I can't combine it. This has just got a z and that has an xz, so you can't combine it. So it's plus 3xz and then minus 8z. Okay? So that is combining your like terms. All right, that's cool. So now let's combine these together. So it's distributing and combining like terms. Okay, so here we go. 2 parentheses 3x plus 2 minus 4 parentheses 2x plus 3. So the first thing you do is you're going to distribute. Now be careful, it's 2 times each one of those terms, and the only thing I say be careful is it's negative 4 times both of those terms. Okay, watch, it's got the negative, don't just do 4. So if I do that, I get 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times 2 is 4, so 6x plus 4. And then I do the negative 4, so negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. And negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. And there we go, those are our terms. All right, and then we combine terms together. So we got 6x minus 8x is negative 2x. So that's good. And then 4 minus 12 is negative 8. And we're done with the problem. Okay, that's not bad, right? So just, distribute first. That's obviously, if you don't distribute first, you're not combining like terms. There's no like terms if you don't distribute first. Okay? So let's try another one here. Negative 3 parentheses 2x minus 4 minus x minus 8. So remember, if that helps, make this a negative 1 here to help you distribute. So it's going to be negative 3 times the 2x and negative 3 times the negative 4. So negative 3 times times 2x is negative 6x, and negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. And then negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 8 is positive 8. All right, cool. So the 6x and the minus 1x go together. So negative 6 minus 1. Again, if you're not sure, put in your calculator. Negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7x. And then 12 plus 8 is 20. Okay, so plus 20. And there you go. Oh yeah. All right, not bad at all, right? Okay, so I just want to kind of cover one more thing just because I have your attention here on this video, and I want to just like another evaluating thing, all right, evaluating problem. So if I said, 2 parentheses 3x minus 2y plus 4z, and I want you to evaluate when x equals negative 1, y equals negative 2, and z is equal to, let's just say 3. Okay? So you can use your calculator, and as long as you push that parenthesis button and you keep pushing it, so whenever you see a variable, you got to use that parenthesis because it's really saying 3 times x. So right here, I'm going to write exactly what you're going to put on your calculator, and we're going to do it by calculator, or you can do it by calculator, and I'm going to do it by hand. All right? So basically, I'm distributing the 2 first. You got to do that. That's important. Okay? And actually, that's one way to do it. So I'm going to show you kind of 2 ways to do it. So we can distribute first. So literally, we can get 6x minus 4y plus 8z. Okay? And then I can plug that value, that negative 1, that negative 2, and the 3 in. So 6 times negative 1 minus 4 times negative 2 plus 8 times 3. Okay? Put it in your calculator. I don't care, but it's multiplication, so let's do it by hand. You can do it in your calculator. I can do it by hand. You can check your answer. 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. Negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. And 8 times 3 is 24. Okay? And then, negative 8 plus 6 is 2, positive 2. 2 plus 24 is 26. And that's my final answer. Now, let's say you didn't distribute it. And that's okay not to distribute it, but watch. So you're going to do this in your calculator. I'm going to do it in blue here. So I'm going to do 2 parentheses 3 parentheses negative 1 minus 2 parentheses negative 2 plus 4 parentheses 3. Okay, so I have I'll make this in red. I've got this parenthesis right here and this parenthesis here. This is the 2 times that. So you're going to do, basically you're going to do everything inside of here first, and then you're going to multiply it by 2. Just another way to do it, right? Because the only reason I can do this is because I'm plugging in a number. If I ask you to simplify this instead, this guy right here, obviously there's no number to plug in. You're just going to distribute the 2, and then there's no like terms, so that's going to be your answer. Like this will be your answer right here, the 6x minus 4y plus 8z. But anyway, so I can literally type this in my calculator, literally typing 2 parentheses 3 parentheses negative 1 close parentheses minus 2 parentheses negative 2. Just remember, when you're doing these negatives here, you hit that negative button, right, by the bottom of the calculator, and this guy right here is subtraction, so it's minus 2. Okay, that's important Okay, because if you use in this right here, if you use the subtraction button, actually it's going to give you an error. Or if you use the negative button for this instead, it's going to give you an error. So let's actually, let's just combine it. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. 4 times 3 is 12. All right, so that's what you get when you multiply those together. So let's add all this stuff together now. Negative 3 plus 4 is positive 1. 1 plus 12 is 13. So 2 times 13, and 2 times 13 is 26, which is exactly what we got here. We better have gotten the same thing. We use all the same rules. It's just we just did it a different way. Okay, so it should come out to be the same. That's the beauty of math. It will come out the same. Okay. So anyway, this is kind of a good review even for the quiz. Make sure for the quiz you know what a rational number is, what an irrational number is. So let's even look at that as well here. Right, a rational number. Rational number. Most numbers are rational. So 8, negative 1/10, 2.658. Square root of 25, which is 5. Square root of 9, which is 3. Square root of 1, which is 1. The number 0, negative 80,000. Those are all rational numbers. Okay? The only thing that's irrational so an irrational number is pi. 3.141592655, so blah, 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 keeps going on. That's irrational, and square roots that are not perfect squares. Square root of 17, square root of 86, square root of 3. Okay? Those are all irrational numbers. That's important that you recognize that you know what it is. Okay? Anyway, that's day 3 and a little extra too to kind of give you a little, just a little review for the quiz, and we're good to go. All right, that's it, my fans. Have an outstanding day. Adios. Goodbye.